In this video, we're taking a look at the My Foolish Heart piano sheet music. And the reason we're doing that is we're discovering the leading tones and the inner voices for the chords for the entire piece that I've written out for you and put into sheet music format. A little bit later on, you can download that sheet music. I'm going to put a link right here in the video, along with the link to the backing track so you can download and practice it with bass and drums. So the whole point of this thing, like I said, is to discover the inner voices and the leading tones that help us move the music forward, make it sound a lot richer, a lot fuller. And often you hear jazz piano players and you think, man, why can't I sound that good? And usually it's because the chords that they're playing have these inner voices. And in this video, we're going to discover them for major chords, minor chords, and dominant chords. Now, we did one other video using My Foolish Heart. I'm going to put a link to that one a little bit later, but just stick around here because you'll discover some great chord voicings and leading tones that can really help you with your playing. Right now, we're heading into the second part of the A section. So we just finished where we're coming to the end of that section. And now we're getting to the B flat major 7. So that's the inner voices that I'm talking about. So you can see this left hand pattern right here. Now, try to remember that for major 7th chords, the available leading tones are the flat 6 or the sharp 5, and also the 6th and the major 7th. And you can just play around with those. And wherever they fit on a major 7th chord, if you're holding it, for example, an entire bar in this particular case, it just sounds so nice to have those inner voices. So. And I'm staggering the notes a little bit. Let me see if I can play it as is. Okay? Really cool. Let's go to this bar now. We have a 2-5-1 of E flat. So what we have in the left hand is 3, 5, 7, and 9. That's like an F minor 7th with all the 9, 11, and 13. So not too much going on there. This F sharp though, which is the sharp 5 right here, and I can play it in the left hand or right hand. I wrote it for both. So it's really moving from this chord, the G here, down to the F sharp. Like that. So this is one I really want to focus on. So remember, for dominant 7th chords, in this case D7, you have available pretty much any note of the scale. So if you look at a D7 chord, you can play any note. And in this particular case, what we're doing is we're falling to the sharp 11. So from the A half diminished 7th chord, it's really just like a C minor 6th chord over A. And then we're playing this other note here to finish it off. It's a great sound. It actually is going to stand out quite a bit in the piano performance that I'm going to give a little bit later. I'm going to play the entire piece for you and listen for that one because it sounds really cool in the context of the entire recording. All right, let's jump to the next line and see what other trouble we can get ourselves into. Okay, here we are at the next line. So what we have here, instead of just inner voices, it's really just leading tones. So you've got the A falling to become it goes down to this F sharp or G flat, and then the G flat becomes F, and then the F becomes A. So this sort of lower hand, the lowest note in the left hand voicing is just falling. And the right hand is doing this. And this is an interesting chord here. You've got 9 and sharp 11 here in the chord. So that's a C7, 9, sharp 11 chord. Okay, there's an inner voice here where we're falling to become the G flat or the F sharp, which is essentially just a flat 9. Okay. And interestingly enough, we're not changing to the A natural. We're just keeping the sus chord. Right, so it's kind of like F sus, which is like G minor over F sharp over F. And then just change to the F sharp. So you don't always have to play the third of chords. You can just, substitute things a little bit. So from the beginning of the line. All right, so I hope that gives you some good ideas about how to deal with inner voices. We did focus on major chords, minor chords, and dominant chords. So remember, there are available notes for each of those. Just quickly, as a review, on the major chord, you have the sharp 5, the 6th, and the 7th. And then on minor chords, you have the major 7th, flat 7, and 6th. Or if you wanted to do it on inner voices, and then on dominant 7th chords, you have every single note. So for example, okay. So what I'm going to do now is let me play you the entire piece that I've written out for you. Yes, there is sheet music. I will post a link to that sheet music when I'm done performing it. So you can look forward to that. And I'm also going to give you a link to download the backing track as well, so you can practice with the bass and drums. All right, let me play it for you, and I'll even do a chorus of solo, and then I'll see you afterward. Okay, so there's My Foolish Heart. I'm going to put a link to the sheet music. Now, the sheet music is not exactly as I performed it. It's very close though. So I tried to keep the chords very similar to what I performed, but I take a little bit of liberties here and there. So it's a little bit more filled out in the solo, but you can really get the idea from the sheet music. It's very, very close to what I performed. Okay, I'm going to put that link up here. There's also, when you go there, you can download the backing track that comes with it. It's bass and drums just like I did it here, and that will really help you with your ballad playing. So we've talked about inner voices. I hope that's really helpful to you. And of course, we've talked about leading tones as well. So if you like this video, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That would really help the channel. And if you'd like to become a subscriber, we'd love to have you here. We're posting videos just like this one all the time. Thank you. My name is Tobey. I hope you had a great time. We'll see you in the next video.